Flight Boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of that Terry's Moon. Flight Boss, the Archangel Uriel. And I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, I got a question for all Christians. All Christians. Now, this is based upon a conversation I had a few days ago. Now, I had a live stream with a Christian on the internet, but I'm not going to say this person's name because it's been a few days and they ain't uploaded the video yet. Now, that's a little bit unrespectable, but the excuse that could be made on why the video ain't uploaded is that it was just a friendly conversation. Which it was. But I feel like it should be uploaded. So until I see the visual of it and I can show y'all and tell y'all where to go to watch the video, I'm not going to say this person's name. It's a little bit of coward going on there. But for the most part, this is a question for all Christians, what I got in the title. Now, let's talk about how we got into this conversation right here. Now, this Christian said they came across my video, so they reached out to me. Now, they said they came across my videos because some metaphysics type stuff, but they said at the beginning of my videos what made it interesting is because I said I was the Archangel Uriel. So they said, okay, this person is smart. So they said they started watching my videos, but then they said they started to realize that I'm not a follower of Christ. So that's what made them reach out. So, and this person reaching out, I guess this was their way of trying to convert me, deconvert me, whatever this person was saying when we got into the conversation. Or because they were saying stuff like, you know how people think, you know, they were saying stuff like, yeah, you very smart, so you don't give me the impression that you're dumb, so you seem like you're smart enough to know that Jesus is the way and things of that nature. So I'm like, okay, whatever, like that, we can have a conversation. So, boom. Now, we get it. So now this is when the live stream start. Okay, so now, as we get into this conversation, right, it started off as a friendly conversation, but it started getting into dialogue and debate because of me. And this is why. Because you know how people think that they could just, because they think they know more than you or whatever like that, but I'm Archangel Uriel, so y'all already know I'm coming with my spirit. So for the most part, there's a lot. This is an example. I wish he put up the video because this is going to be a prime example of just because a person is religious don't mean they're spiritual. And people get blinded because religion teach certain things about spirituality. But religion teach you about a specific spirit. So if you're not a spiritual person, you wouldn't be able to decipher between spirits. So this was this person's kind of goal. This person's kind of goal was to try to tell me that I see that you believe in God. So whatever God you believe in, that's the Christian God. You see what I'm saying? That's their whole mind. So I just let them dig their own hole. But for the most part, let's get into it. Now, as we started getting into the conversation, I'm like, all right, before we get into anything, or whatever you talking about, trying to convert, whatever he was trying to say, you're going to have to prove to me that the Bible is 100% true. Because here's the thing. If you ask any Christian, they will tell you that they believe the Bible to be true. Right? How you a Christian if you don't believe the Bible to be true? How you a Christian if you don't believe in the resurrection of Jesus Christ? How you not a Christian if you don't believe in the 4 Gospels? You see what I'm saying? So you believe the Bible to be true. 100% true. So, I'm like, all right, before we get into anything, you're going to have to prove to me that the Bible is 100% true. But here's the thing. He's not understanding that I'm Archangel Uriel. He's not understanding my conscious level. He's not, so I felt disrespected to my spirit a little bit. I'm like, he's not understanding he thinking I'm finna answer like any mundane average person. I'm not no average being. So don't come at me with no rinky-dink answers. So when I'm like, he come at me with regular rhetoric, but he like, all right, I'm like, you got to prove to me that the Bible is 100% true. So after everything, I let him dig a little hole a little bit. So then I was like, all right, swipe all that clean, right? Say I write a self-testimony book, right? Or say I write a book like, y'all know, like Superhead or somebody who writing a book about like Bobby Brown or whoever write books about themselves or write books about a story, right? Now, I was like, all right, swipe all that clean. Now, if I'm writing a book, right, in this book, you're going to hear descriptions of me telling a story like, all right, this person told me that so-and-so did this. So that's why they did X, Y, and Z. You see what I'm saying? Or I witnessed this person do this, And this person told me that why they did this is because this person told them to do X, Y, and Z. So you're going to hear stories like that in my book. If you don't believe me, go read somebody's book. So I'm like, all right, that's how you know for my situations that I'm telling to be true. Because you heard it from the horse's mouth. Or you seen it from the horse's handwriting. See what I'm saying? So he agreed. So I'm like, all right. Apply that to your Bible. Who told the author that God was telling these people to do these things? You see what I'm saying? Who told the author that God told Moses to do what Moses was doing? You see what I'm saying? And if so, you're going to have to show me a description in the Bible where Moses told the author that, yeah, God told me this. Otherwise, we're going based upon somebody else's accusations of it. Right? So, boom. Now, I'm Archangel Uriel. Y'all know I see things ahead of time. But I kept letting him dig a hole because he didn't want to stop there. He didn't want to stop there and handle that issue. He wanted to keep going on. So I'm like, all right, he's digging a hole. He's digging a hole. So, as he kept going on, right? I'm like, all right, look, my spirit starting to get into his spirit a little bit because his spirit is starting to show me experiences of, all right, this person just got a Bible that's teaching this person how to lie and how to use logic to defend something that this person truly cannot defend. So I ain't want my spirit in that energy. So I took myself out and cut straight to the chase. So I'm like, look, all right, check this out. Basically what you're saying is a testimony. He like, yeah, see, you get it. You is smart, you get it, it's a testimony. So I'm like, okay. When have ever a testimony been 100% truth? So he started to babble a little bit more, and I'm like, oh, wait, before you dig another hole, if we was in court, if there's no actual video footage of the car accident to prove who was in the right and who was in the wrong, then you're going to have to prove your motherfucking case. And once again, I say, let's go back to my initial purpose. Before you try to convert me or whatever word you were saying, you're going to have to prove to me that the Bible is 100% true. And if we just came to the conclusion that the whole Bible is based upon testimony, then now you got to prove to me, when is a testimony ever been 100% true? You can't prove to me that a testimony is 100% truth. So, before we even get lost in that conversation, we might as well stop. You're lost. You're indoctrinated. So, as a Christian, you believe the Bible to be 100% true, but you don't have no legs to stand on to prove to somebody else that the Bible is 100% true. So, you are in no way, shape, or form in a position to try to deconvert somebody into your Christian God. Do you get it? So he kept trying to get on to, but you're spiritual and you understand. He kept trying to get on to other shit besides the fact. Listen, I'm not saying it ain't no God. I'm not saying it ain't no such thing as a spirit. What I'm saying is it ain't your Christian God. And what I'm saying is I don't care about what your spirit taught you. That spirit taught you. That's that spirit. I don't give a fuck about that spirit. You see what I'm saying? And this is another way how you destroy. This is how you can defeat any Christian, any religion for that matter of fact. But it's real easy with Christians. You could defeat any Christian with this in 13 seconds. And here's how. Right? When a preacher or a Christian start kicking some religious shit, right? When they start talking to you and preaching and shit like that, ask them this. Where did you get the idea from that somebody was trying to rise against a God? Who gave man the idea that they was rising against God? Like, just think about that for a second. You're preaching and stuff and you're talking, but think about what you're talking about, right? You're talking about people going against God. Who gave you that idea that it was possible for man to wake up and think that they're going against a God? Who gave you that idea? Who gave that concept of man going against God in the first place, right? And then what is they going to say? They're going to say, the Bible teaches us that. In the discussion, you win the discussion. They're not going to get how you win. But this is what they're not understanding. Your whole concept of man going against a God, you got that from the book. So the book started the problem of man going against a God. Do you understand? There will be no concept of a man thinking he's going against a God without a book teaching you that there's man going against a God. So that concept gets created when people pay that attention. So when you got the idea in your mind that, okay, men can go against God, and then you get all the stories about what can happen if man go against God, do you see where that go? So let's go back to the question, right? When you ask a preacher, ask a Christian, who gave you the concept that men have the ability to go against this God? And when they say, they don't have nothing else to say, but the book teaches you that. So the book started the rotation of man going against a God. So the way people started living their life is in ways of man going against a God. And when you see examples of man going against authority, that's when a person can start creating constructs and constitutions around what the fuck can happen to your ass if you go against this higher authority and why it's acceptable. Do you get it? Now, as a spirit, I get fucking mad as Archangel Uriel. And a motherfucking Christian won't understand why the fuck I'm mad. And I'm mad for the real fucking reason. You see what I'm saying? Flight boss, bitch. Goddamn air. Hit this motherfucking nail.